Hello, guitar aficionados on the YouTube. I have kind of a little bit of a special video today because I'm going to show you something that is very likely never going to be in your hands because it's, it's very limited. It's limited to 300 pieces. And Music Man, which is what this thing is, decided to, come to me and say, show it to people so they can see the thing that only a few select people might get their hands on. I might have to say, not Music Man, but the distributor, but they're all in cahoots. They're cahooting about this video. So, what is it? It's the Majesty. And we're going to start with the new color that they have, which is called the Red. I'm not very prepared for this. Red Sunset. I'm going to go with Red Sunrise, Red Sunset. Look it up. Everything I don't know, I'm going to use as an excuse for you to go to the website and look up the Le Stats, as they say. So here's the Majesty in Red Sunrise set. So one of those colors. Last year, I had the 7-string.
What's that dude that follows lines? Tricked out through this web of mine. You see me, can't comprehend. I'm a killer, a friend. You see me, don't be afraid of this crystal automatic. It gives life to my own kind, and there'll be nothing left behind. I'm more than a red chest.
And you're gonna say, but, that's exactly what I said. You're gonna say, that's red, and the one I showed you is red. What the crap, Music Man? Are you trying to pawn off a same color to us under a different name? No, there is a subtle difference. The one I had last year was quite a bit darker, and this is quite a bit lighter. You can definitely see the wooden parts, but it is a much brighter red. There you go. Now, this is obviously I'm not very prepared, the signature model of some guitar player in some band. And since I'm not very well versed in the music industry genres and stuff, I literally don't know. There's some logo from, I guess, his band or his favorite, who knows what. So all that stuff is made by that guy, or stuff he wanted. So the guy wanted certain things on the guitar. That's how signature works. And they were like, yeah. And there's many incarnations of that guy's guitar. And then at some point they changed it and the Majesty happened. And then in the beginning it was all kind of really beautiful flat colors with a black or carbon shield. The shield is kind of the guy's thing. I don't know the guy. I think it's kind of like some sludge, grunge rock kind of a thing. I really have no idea. So I can't play you any of the music from that, whatever band he's in. So I'm going to evaluate the guitar on the guitar itself without being fanboy of his grunge rock band. So he likes the shield, maybe the show, who knows, which is why there are shields right there in the fretboard. Together with this logo, I don't know what that means. Shield, or you could call them bullets, but I'd rather call them shields because I don't like bullets. So shield here, and in the beginning that shield was like a carbon kind of a thing, and then a little bit later, they did this version where the shield, where you don't have flat colors or opaque. Yes. With a carbon or a black shield, which is kind of a cool look, which I didn't like at the beginning, but now I think, cool, hey, changing minds. And then they went into wood porn. So you can see the mahogany here with the beautiful flame maple Le Shield. And then coming to the signature model, the limited edition model in a bit, where they go even further with that. Let's go through some stats, which I might have omitted in my review of the 7-string. There's a lot to cover on this guitar, which is one reason why these are not inexpensive. Now, the opaque ones apparently start in Europe at $3,800 for the blue one, I think, which is a high-level instrument, quite pricey, but still, hey, holy crap, I can get a Majesty for 3,800. I didn't know that. Now these, with the wood pawn, clocking in at about 4,200, and then the super mega limited Tiger Eye, Tiger Stripe, one of those two. The Tiger one. Tiger Eye. I want to say Tiger Eye. I don't know. We talked about that many times with the distributor, and I never listen. Sorry, Chris. I have no idea who you are and what you're saying. Clocks in at 6K, limited and wood pawn. So let's start from up here. We have an angled headstock, typical 4-2 Music of My Majesty with a guy's scribble. I don't even know what his name is. Jibble Pirbler's name on there, and Schuller locking tuners. And Schuller got apparently their groove back, and they are good again. Schuller was bad for a while. Now, no problem at all. These are pretty damn good tuners. We have a tiny bit of a volute, or guitartet, or for the Spanish-speaking, teta de guitarra, which is, of course, important when you have a thinner neck and an angled headstock, because that is asking for headstock breakage, but that little bit of a volute should be enough. Of course, the neck, you can see that it's a little bit yellowish in the middle, which is, of course, where the sunrise, sunset theme comes in. Definitely a little bit, tiny little bit different than the red. And that's a mahogany neck, but more on that in a bit. So it is a neck through, which means you can see right here, big ass lines. No, that's not because it's a 3-piece body. Well, when it technically is a 3-piece body, it's a whole neck through, and then these two pieces of mahogany shafted on. What I've seen in pictures, I saw a very, very rough cut of this guitar. And what I could see is that the chunk of wood they use for the neck or the body middle portion is humongous. They are using a big ass chunk of mahogany, which they whittle down to become this. They have to, because that body part is pretty big. So yeah, the neck is not that much wood, but because of the body, it has to start off as a huge chunk of wood, which of course adds to the price. But that is one of the key elements of this guitar, big ass chunk of neck through isness. Okay, so this is shafted on. What you don't see is that under the truss rod, kind of around the truss rod, in the middle of the neck, is a piece of maple. And that is for stability, because with a mahogany neck this thin and this ultra sleek, you want something for stability. So you didn't know that, but the Majesty has a piece of maple in the middle, and that's something that becomes important when we talk about the limited edition. So, moving on, it's got this wiggle stick thing, and if I ask you, do you want me to pull out my wiggle stick? Every one of you is going to be grossed out and say, ew, no, but I will pull out my wiggle stick for you to show you how it's done. That's how you pull out the wiggle stick. It's got a little kind of a tip at the end, like a wiggle stick does. Okay, see the little tip at the end on the wiggle stick? And then you can shove that right back in its hole. Bam. Very easy. This is a floating, non-locking trem. Music Man's own creation, and it's pretty great. Huge trem block in the back. I don't know if you can see that there. No, probably not. Trust me, it's big. 3 springs. Moving on. Batteries in the back here, which is normal, double, triple A's. I don't know. Double. I'm going to say double A's. And they're not for active pickups, because these are not active pickups. Apparently, these are the new, I want to say Rainmaker. Is that true? And I don't even know who makes them. Look it up on the website. It's all a ploy to get you to the website. Apparently, these have been a little bit redesigned. Don't know what the difference is. We're going to hear. But they're passive. But there's a lot of tech in this guitar, because there's a piezo in the bridge, which you control with this volume. Pretty simple so far. That's a tone that also comes out. Chris didn't tell me about that. We'll find out what that does. I don't know. And this does push the volume for a 3 dB or something dB active boost. So you kind of have your own boost built in to kick your amp a little bit harder, which works beautifully. Really original, mini toggly kind of 3-position switch, which is sexy as hell. right there. You can see push, push, which is the way it's supposed to do. And this piezo one, you can click like an option knob. Apparently that enables this beautiful barrel jack, which I love, instead of the jack plate, to be stereo. So I'm going mono into amps, but you can route the magnetic and piezo stereo to two different destinations, the way it should be on a piezo equipped guitar, but without the big ass plate down here with all the different jacks. So of course here it's all the way thick, and then a little bit rounded off here, big carve here, big carve in the back. The shaping of this guitar, when I first saw it, for years actually seeing it, I was like, ew. Fuck the ew. It's all about ergonomics. And one thing I'm going to tell you, which you have to experience, please, when you're in a guitar shop, do this. Pick this guitar up, and the first thing you're going to notice is, oh my, without even playing it, you're like, oh my God, this feels different. It feels different than any other guitar. Because the moment you pick it up, you feel this, and you feel the neck, and you feel everything. And everything immediately feels made to be played. I don't think it's made to look prettier than other guitars. I don't think that was the idea, or just, let's just be different. I'm pretty sure that the size of the upper horn is not to show that whoever this guitar is made for has a big upper horn. It's for balance and where it's hanging, you know? Does he play it down here? I don't know. I don't know the guy. He might play it up here. Who knows? So it's definitely, everything on this thing is designed for ergonomics. So we covered the piezo part. Oh, there's another mini toggle up here. Down here is all the way magnetic, mixing in the piezo, which is where it comes in, and only piezo, which is something where I go like, why even bother? Because it's not an acoustic, don't do that. But you might. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to look at the back cavity covers. And that's all I'm going to do. You know what I want to say. You know my gripe. Please comment. So here, there's a ton of tech in here. And right there, you can see, you can adjust the boost for the magnetic pickups, how much that is. You can adjust the, what does it say? The magnet and piezo mix, which of course you can also adjust on the front a little bit. And then there's treble and bass for the piezo. So you can definitely tailor this guitar to your liking. Here we are at the Tiger Stripe Eye thing. Limited edition to 300. Of course, I dressed accordingly. We all know giraffes are native to India, where the tigers roam. So therefore, that makes sense. Now here we don't have the shield. We have a solid, not solid, we have a all the way top flame maple, and of course a super mega great flame maple. I mean, look at that. Okay, that's Le Pretty, with of course a burst to the black. So the question for me is, and I tried to find out, how thick really is this? Because the guitar's sound is of course defined by its mahogany body and neck through. So if for visual purposes we slap a thick ass piece of maple on there, it's not the same guitar anymore. If we slap a very thin piece of maple on there, everyone's gonna bitch, oh my God, you used a veneer on a 6,000 euro guitar. So technically we can't win there. If it's a thin piece, then why is it so much more money? If it's a thick piece, then it's not the same guitar. Same thing with the neck. Look at this. That is an absolutely gorgeous flame maple neck. And you're wondering, why is it so blackbursty on the outside? And here's what I think happened, what also the guy from the distributor think happened. They wanted the beautiful stripy neck, which is of course gorgeous, but we don't necessarily really want to change the sound. So that piece of maple that's already in the middle because it's already kind of a semi-maple neck with that piece of stability maple in there. Star maple. Maple. Maple makes sense. Maple. They simply extended that and made it thicker to be a 3-piece neck. So the 2 dark pieces are very likely still mahogany, while that maple was extended to the outside through. So therefore, it should be very similar to the regular model with a little bit more maple coming through. Can we hear this? Who knows? Can we hear this maple top, which is very likely pretty thin to remain the guitar that the guy from that band likes? We hope. I'm in drop D. Let's start with this and do some sounds. Now, because I have to test it for Thomann, interestingly, I have a pedal on the table, which is called the Dreamscape from TC Electronic, which was made for some artist, who I think plays for the same band. It's like a chorus thing, it's a modulation thing. I think he plays with the same guy in that band. I think. What do I know? So we're gonna start. God, I really hope you guys know I'm kidding. Wow. So we're gonna start with going into the Friedman, not Friedman, am I saying Friedman? It is Friedman, it's Friedman module. I'm going into the Syn 50 with the Friedman BBBE module. So right now I'm on the BB, which is the Buxom Betty module, right there under the Soldano. So, and that's clean without anything. You're hearing the Tone King cap right there, which is of course a combo, but I'm using the cap, together with the aux mixed together. Together, that's what together means. All dry, kind of boring, because clean, all dry is boring. That's nice. Why not? Let's see. That's a massive boost. What does this do? I literally don't know. Out of phase? I think that phases is this. Doesn't do anything on the humbuckers, but in the middle it definitely does. So I'm gonna say phasey stuff. Cool. So let's do middle position, which is now with the piezo. The mix you can determine in the back. Ho-ho! Or you take the volume down here. Now all the way down, it's back to the magnetic by itself. Oh, did I talk about the compensated saddle, which has different lengths for better intonation? Music Man does it all the time. And of course, the truss rod adjust wheel right here, which is much better than up there. And, you know, all the features. I love that piezo thing, especially if we put on the signature pedal by some guitar player and some delay by some TC. That D snuck in there. I really don't know. I'll play other stuff. Now let's compare. I do the same stuff with this thing. Why can't I do this? These sounds are beautiful. PHC only. Now the magnetic by itself is very round. I don't want to say dull, it's a negative word, but it's very round. Too round for cleans? Yes. But that's why you go here and then no. Because that's what the piezo's job is, for me at least. And that's just to die for. Let's go to something else on this signature pedal here. Why? Some great sounds to be had there. So how does that sound then? This it feels a tiny bit different, but it's probably in my head. I know you want drive sounds, so we're gonna go a little bit low to high gain. I'm gonna go to the JCM 400. I was gonna say, but it's the JCM 800. Damn, that's loud, which is why I'm using the Tone King attenuator, because it's awesome. Okay. It's in the front. And the back. If you want more bite, dial in the piezo. I can't play today. Wow. So that's pretty cool. We'll put this back. Now, that's a JCM. JCMs won't be boosted. Ha! Don't do that. Yeah, that's pretty damn awesome. What else have I on? Well, let's do a Voxy kind of thing. Well, what are the chances that someone that plays that guitar will have a single channel amp, like a JCM 800 or an AC20 for Morgan or Vox AC30? I'm gonna say low, because you're very likely playing the kind of modern music that this guy from the sludge rock band plays, which means you might have a multi-channel amp. I'll still go into the single channel amps because I can. AC30, here we go. Or AC20 actually. I like this. God. It always has a little bit of an acoustic. Oh, that's because I'm like, why does it sound a little bit acousticy? Yeah, I had the switch in the middle position. That's so beautiful. That adds fizzly breakup, a little bit of a fuzz character. It's kind of nice. Moving on, I have the Marshall Mini Plexi. What the? I'm just showing off my inversions of drop 3 voicings. It's not really stuff one would play, but I know them. Cool. Nice with the mini plexi. Hey, let's boost that shit. It's very dense, not very open. Then we have, oh yes, we're gonna go back to the Synergy module, but to the BE side. So now we're in monoplexy territory, and that should sound like this. relatively lean. Here's a dumbly kind of sound from the OS module. Much fatter. Neat. Okay, so now the question is, how does the Tiger Eye stripe, Tiger Eye, stack up? Ooh, I think there is a difference. It's ultra subtle, but it feels a little bit more. I mean, we're talking 2%. It feels a little bit more. Weird. Maybe that was because I was in the Dumble module. But that's back to the BB, which is thinner. We're gonna go to the Marshall, just like with the other JCM 800. Don't play that chord. That's a flat 9. Unless it's the metal. Even the metal, don't do that. Or do it if you want to. Very thick and saturated. Kind of not that open JCM sound that you know, because it seems like it's pushing it quite a bit. If I push that boost, it's going to push it even more quite a bit. That's horrible. Me, not the guitar. Moving on, we're gonna go into the Morgan. It gets this very old style fuzzle, kind of nice. But with that sparkling pitch or me on top of it sprinkled. This is a very unique sound. What's happening here is we have complete mud and crap and dusty blah at the bottom with total transparency on top. You can hear every note. So this is dirty filth with clarity. It's filthy. That's awesome. You might not like it. I'm digging it. Neato. Mini Plexi. Why can't I play guitar today? Okay, beautiful. We're gonna go into the BE. I'm gonna push that for some leads with some delay behind the drive. I have no idea if the guy whose guitar that is ever plays leads. He might just be a rhythm player. Who knows? But I'll try some leads and see how it goes. And playing middlies and squiddlies way up here. Awesome. See, that's still in tune. That's pretty freaking phenomenal. If the guy never plays leads, dude, whoever you are, you should try to play leads on your guitar because it's pretty awesome. It's almost as if it's made for that. So stop with all the rhythm stuff. Play some solos, fast ones. Just saying, you should try that, whoever you are. I love it when these companies send me these signature guitars of people I've never heard of. And now, of course, we got to do the thing that we got to do. Oh, it's already... We're going to go into the Revv 100p for some of this. Leslie stole my moment. She stole my freaking moment right there. I was going to do this and... Now, Leslie, when I lift my hand, don't cut, okay? Okay, so... Hey, it's still in kind of tune. Let's see. I'm gonna go to drop doom there, drop D. That's the most doom that I do. Can't even, if you do drop C, it's not drop doom because then it's drop coom. That doesn't work. That's just stupid. Drop D. That's with the Freeman. Wait. So that's with the BE. And here's the riff. Wait, I'm doing this on E. Then I'm doing... No, I need to do it on D. I'm such an idiot. very thick, very heavy now. I feel I would want a little bit more tacky stuff in there. And there it is. Enough of all of that. So, let's talk brass tacks here, people. There are so many of these Petrumskis out there. The ones that are not shaped like this, and the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and the 6, 7 and the 16 and the 14 and the who knows anymore. With the Majesties, there's the all the way opaque ones with the something shield, and they start at 3800, which if you need a modern guitar that has the feature that this guitar has, there simply is nothing on the market that does what this does. Now, there are modern guitars. Don't get me wrong. There are great modern guitars. There are great modern guitars with piezos. But they're not this. Now, they're different, but they're not this. If you want the ergonomicalness and the non-locking and all this stuff that this has, this is literally the only thing on the market that does it. Now, I'm going to mention other brands. You can get a modern guitar from Ibanez for probably considerably less, maybe around $2,500. That can have Fishmans, that can have maybe even a piezo, and it's going to do a good job. It's not this. It won't feel like this. It won't give you the immediate, oh my God, this is kind of different. This is so ergonomic. This is so smooth. It's not going to give you the mix options. It's not going to give you the piezo right here. It's not going to have this. 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 If you need, want, desire, what this thing gets out of you as a player, because for me, it immediately puts me in a different state of mind. Then this is the only thing on the market that will do it. I'm going to mention another brand. Mayonnaise, Kiesel. Both make great modern instruments. Instruments that are not a Les Paul, not a Strat, not a Tele. Don't try to be a jazz master. That have modern, clear sounds for modern, heavier, stylistic needs. And they all make fine guitars. But they don't make this. So bitching about the price of this doesn't work. Because you simply can't compare a Music Man Majesty to any of these other guitars. Yes, you can spend less money on a guitar. But then you don't have this. Then you have another guitar. And if you always wanted this, then you better save up the money and buy this, because it's the only thing that'll give you what this does. Also comes in a beautiful hot shell case, really it does. Killer case. Music Man always a killer case. So, starting at €3,800 in Germany or Europe allows you to enter the world of the Majesty. Now, if you want a prettier one with a flame shield and all this, then you're going to have to drop 42. If you want super limited edition, flame maple neck, flame maple top, and exclusivity, then it's $6,000. Of course, that's a big jump from 4,200 to this. But if you're the person that's even in the market for something like this, you're not going to think about $1,800. I know you're not. If you're willing to drop 4,200, then you're the person that doesn't need a Majesty. You're the person that wants a Majesty. And if you have the money to drop it, then you will drop the $6,000. And don't tell me you won't. You might not be the average guitar player, but you might be the person that's turned on by this, and you'd rather hang this on the wall than a painting, which will cost you probably more, and you have some stupid seagulls or something on it. So I can't really say bang for the buck. Wow. Because these are exclusive instruments. A lot goes into them. I saw some pictures of how they're made. Hey, X. A lot more goes into these than you know. Another thing that does enter the price, how the Preisgestaltung, wie sich die Preisgestaltung zusammensetzt, we say in Hessian, that makes up the pricing, is the fact, and that is something you should consider, that Music Man does pay quite a bit more to the employees than the average company. The employees are very happy people and they have health insurance and all that stuff. And that is the overhead that the company has. Now, if you don't give a flying rat's ass and you'd rather have a cheaper guitar, then that's on your conscience. But made in the US from a company that, you know, treats their employees really well matters to some. And that shows in the pricing of the guitar. So please don't bitch about that, because by doing that, you're saying those people should make less money. And how dare you? How dare you say that? Don't say that. Okay. I hate that I have to send these back, because when I had to send the 7-string back, I have several Music Man guitars. I've got the Armada, I've got the St. Vincent, I have a Steve Morse. Love them to death. This is something truly unique that if you want to shreddy stuff or play, I don't know, maybe some, I don't know if this is something the guitar can handle, but I mean, maybe some prog metal, maybe some proggy stuff. I think with the piezo in it and all this, it would be really cool for some prog type things. One should try that. Yeah, I would love to have one, but they're going back. So thanks, Musikmeier, for commissioning this video. It was a fun thing to do, and I actually was one of the persons that got to, you know, put prints on them. Mine. Now you can't sell it legally. La 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 la. Okay, links below, people. Hope you got the joke, Mr. Petrutsky. Thanks for watching. Animals at the end.